If I was to ask you, what are the first three things you think of when someone mentions Christmas? I feel like most people would say family, the Christmas tree, and of course the big jolly man himself, Santa Claus. But here's the thing, you might all think you know who this Santa Claus is, this Saint Nick. You know, the guy who's at all the shopping malls getting his beauty shots done, the guy who's eating your cookies and drinking your milk in the middle of the night, that guy. But what if I told you that his identity is actually a lie, fatter than the man himself? Lucky for you, I know his real identity, I know the man's name. And to tell you the story of how I know, we're gonna have to go way back to when I was a young little lad. So the story begins with me and my cousins. We're playing hide and seek just a few weeks out of Christmas. And let me tell you, my house growing up was the best for hide and seek. It was a 2-story house in the middle of the bush that was on a slope. So there was also like this under the house area with a garage and all that kind of stuff in there. So we had hiding spots for days. Like this one time my mum left me and my friend at home while she quickly ducked down to the shops, which was probably about 10 minutes away. So as soon as she left, me and my mate, we started setting up this spy gear motion detector stuff that I must have got for my birthday way back. And so we're running around, setting it up. And I think it came with maybe like 3 or 4 detectors and like this little screen that would kind of tell you which one's going off. So we'd quickly set that up and then we hid under the staircase. And it was filled with all kinds of stuff. Stuff that you'd probably only get out maybe once a year, like Christmas decorations. So no one ever checked under the stairs. So my mum gets home. At first she's just like, oh, they must be outside playing. But then she starts worrying because she started yelling for us. At first it was just calling our names. Then it was sort of yelling our names. Then it was basically screaming our names. And we're sitting there and it'd been a solid half an hour and we think it's hilarious. So after about 45, we decided to come out of there because I think she was going to call the cops. And let me tell you, boy, were we in trouble. So a little lesson there. When your parents leave your home, don't hide. Never do that. It's a bad idea. So yeah, despite having all these really great, awesome hiding spots that we could hide in, for some strange reason, I decided to hide in my parents' room. And I knew that my parents' room was a big no-go zone. It's actually probably why I went there, because I thought no one's gonna look. Man, little Jelly, what a genius. So off I went, and I'll never forget it, squeezing in beside the dresser, separating the hanging clothes, and I saw it. It was this massive bag of gifts, of toys. And I'm like, what is this? What is this? Oh my god, toys. Oh my god, toys. Like, I was so freaking excited. There was this big sack of toys in my parents' room. What was I supposed to do? Nothing. I couldn't do anything because I knew that if I went and told my parents what I'd seen behind their cupboards, I would be in all kinds of trouble. I'd be grounded from playing like the PlayStation and I wanted to play Crash Bandicoot. So I'm not going to go and tell my parents what I've just seen behind their cupboard where I shouldn't have been. So I let it slide. So here we are, Christmas morning. It's just like every other Christmas morning. Me and my 2 sisters, first thing, bam, straight down into the lounge room, checking our stockings. We were pumped. We were excited. It's Christmas. So first of all, my sister, my youngest little sister, pulls out this Bratz doll. And I'm like, I've seen that before. Where have I seen that? I mean, it could have been at a shop, but I haven't been to any shops in like a long time. And I feel like I've recently seen that. But never mind that. I'm too excited to go check out what gifts I got from Santa this year. So I start sifting through the giant stocking, looking at what's in there and being like, I've seen that, and that looks really familiar too. Now my little brain, it's like mapping out this big puzzle. It's like when you're watching a crime show and they're pinning the string on the wall, making all the connections. That's what my brain was doing. And then they connected that final bit of string and then it just felt like I got whacked in the head by Santa's sleigh. It all hit me at once. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe what I've just discovered. These are the same toys that I saw in that sack. I can't say anything, but I know it. And so of course I did what every kid would do. I went and checked maybe a day later, not the same day because, you know, it was too risky. But I went and checked and it was gone. Definitely wasn't there. I know what you're thinking. How? I know, right? My dad is Santa Claus. Oh my god. You know how good it feels to get that off my chest? I've been living with this for like 20 years or something. I don't even know, but Santa is my dad. Now, I'm not going to tell you his name. I'm not even going to tell you his address because the last thing we need is to get bombarded with kids knocking on our door and all these questions and that. I mean, he already gets a lot of mail, so... But you know what? Once I knew this information, I used to use it to my advantage. Like, I never told my parents that I knew or how I knew that he was Santa Claus, but I would always drop hints to my parents on things that they should do. Like my little sister, she was a massive brat growing up. She used to drive me absolutely insane. We used to argue all the time. She's grown up to be pretty great now. Like, I love her, but back then, oh, did we argue. And I used to always go to my mum. Now, she's been pretty bad this year, mum. I think we can both agree with that. So, what you should do, and I mean, this is just a bit of a suggestion, but tell Dad to put some coal in her Christmas sack this year. It'll teach her a lesson. No gifts. She will realize that she's not getting them because she's being bad. And then she'll be good. Genius. Did they ever do it? No. Of course not. But you know what? It doesn't matter because she still turned out great. Wait, if my dad's Santa, does that mean I'm going to be Santa one day? And then I'll be making the decisions? I mean, with great power comes great responsibility. And that goes both ways. I need to trust you guys. Don't tell a soul. This is all between me and you. No one else. He must not know that I know because I do not want to get grounded. But yeah, there you go. My dad's Santa Claus. It feels great to get that off my chest.